Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Meal Kit number 99 for May 5th through the 8th. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thanks for letting us send you some deliciousness at home. And a special happy Mother's Day for all the mothers out there. I really hope that someone else in your family is cooking and finishing this delicious meal for you this week. And just thanks for being great moms. We are all very grateful for mothers in our lives. Why don't we go ahead and get started? This is a delicious and super easy meal to finish. I've gone ahead and I've warmed my oven safe pan, in my case a cast iron pan, on a middle top row in the oven. And then I put our duck confit in there, just right out of the bag. There you go, no oil required, because the fat renders and provides a great base for it. And then I've also opened up our pork belly container that you'll get. Just take the top off, make sure that the fat side is down. We should be able to do that at the restaurant, but just double check that the fat side is down. And both are going in for 15 minutes. The duck is going to broil afterwards for 4, and the pork belly we're going to flip over for 3 more minutes. And then we can go ahead and get started on our other stuff. So I've got our polenta on the stove, and we're just going to mix this up. It's got lots of dairy in it, so you're not going to need to add anything, but make sure if you do it for the full 15 minutes, you can put it on low or medium low, and it'll just render down nicely. I'm just going to turn mine up a little bit to make sure that it gets warm, because it was maybe a little low. And then I've got my Demi Glaze heating up on low over here as well. Good to have a whisk. I've got this tiny little cute whisk that came in a stocking stuffer a while ago, and then we can whisk that up. All right, then we're going to get our next pan to medium heat. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of either canola or grapeseed oil, neutral oil per person. So 2 for me. And we've got our shiitake mushrooms and our lovely Tokyo turnips, which are really interesting, earthy, delicious local turnip that we're going to saute up there. So while the pan is warming up, we can go ahead, and dress our salad. Rather than dirtying a mixing bowl, you can use the box that our beets came in. So we've got our golden beets, which are pickled, and our red beets, our bull's blood beets, that are roasted. We're going to toss with some lovely olive oil. It's the only time we're going to use olive oil in our curated kits is when we're just dressing a salad. Otherwise, if you're cooking with it, better to use canola or grapeseed oil. So salt and pepper and olive oil for our endive and beets. Just give that a little stir. Get them all nice. And before we plate though, I'm going to get our vegetables going on. Make sure our pan is warm. Make sure our polenta is melting nicely. All right, turn that down just a notch. Okay, so 4 minutes for the shiitake mushrooms and the turnips on medium heat, pardon me. And then we're going to turn down a little bit after we throw some butter in there. Let me tell you about the white wine pairing. So you may have noticed on the site, we've changed it up a little bit, where you can do a single wine pairing or the more traditional double wine pairing, so that you have both. You don't have to drink it all in one night. You can have leftovers afterwards. The white wine is one of my favorites. With the pork belly and with the beets, the pork belly is rich, so it gives your palate the impression of sweetness, and then the beets are sweet in of themselves, and so you need something with a little bit of richness as well. So that's where this beautiful Cave Spring Gewürztraminer is. I love this wine. They do such a beautiful job. The color is this golden orange. It's a little bit off dry, but nice and rich, nice acidity though as well to balance it out. And it's just delicious, all from their estate vineyards in the Beamsville Bench. Turn this down just a bit. And I just think it's glorious. Going to be great with the beets and the pork belly. And then the red is this lovely Cahors, which we're going to get to in a second. But while we're waiting, why don't we go ahead and plate our dessert? So we have our opera cake here. And I need a little spoon. And it's done tonight with an Earl Grey caramel and candied orange zest. So the caramel, we're going to go on top, and which will just naturally spill over to the outside of your bowl. I always love plating desserts in a bowl. If you've got like a wide room soup bowl like this, it's great. There we go. That is very nice. And the candied orange zest can go over top. And if you like it a little saucier like I do, feel free to drizzle an extra orange zest deliciousness over there. I hope you can see all these gorgeous layers. So our opera cake with the Earl Grey tea caramel and the candied orange zest. I'm going to put it over here because it's beautiful. Why would I hide that? I can't believe it's been almost 100 meal kits. Actually, it's more than that because we do our Big Night In kits once every 4 weeks. Then we do all these special occasion ones like New Year's Eve. So we're probably at about 125 of these in the videos. You ever get bored and you're tired of Netflix? Feel free to check out other ones and you can watch me cook. So the polenta, make sure to keep giving it a mix. Hey Google, off. Okay, now this is the important part. So first of all, I'm going to turn this down low, throw some butter in to melt, 1 tablespoon per person. While that's melting away, I'm going to get a trivet. Cancel upper. We're going to broil. Start. So I've got my pork belly on the bottom rung because we want to turn it over now to crisp up the outside. You can do this together like I'm doing, but it's better actually if you cook the appetizer first and then the main course afterwards. I think you'll have a better experience, but I don't want the video to go on forever, which is why I'm doing this. So the duck we're going to leave on the center top and we're going to broil it up for 4 minutes. Hey Google, set a timer for 3 minutes.
All right, 3 minutes, and we're starting now.
Okay, so let's get the appetizer all looking great. Now you can do this any way you like. Have some fun with the plating. You want to make sure that you spread out the endive and the beets equally, give or take. Leave some space for the pork belly and the beet ketchup on one side because it's gorgeous when we're plating it all together. Or separated, excuse me, not together. That's the whole point, is that we don't want to do it exactly together so you see all the gorgeous colors. We're getting into springtime now, and very soon we're going to have things like asparagus and ramps. Stuff's looking good. Okay, so with the beet ketchup, pull a little bit down, and then just drag your spoon through it. This is probably more beet ketchup than we need. If you have a little extra, not a problem. Save it for something else. That is yummy. Give my Demi Glaze a little stir. Give my polenta a little stir. Okay, I think the pork belly has probably done its thing. So let's pull it out of the oven, plate it up. All right. While the duck is finishing off, Lovely. Let's make sure Chef Rich didn't tell me to do anything else. We should be good. I'm going to put a little cracked pepper on mine. You shouldn't need any salt because it's cured in salt. And I've already seasoned the rest of the stuff. This is a good looking dish. So there is our lovely Perth pork belly with the roasted and pickled beets, the endive, and the beet ketchup. Put that along. Now let's get ready for the main course. This is looking so nice. Turn that off, turn that off. Give the polenta a mix. Okay, so for the plating instructions, polenta on the plate followed by the veggies. Yes, my lovely stove who likes to talk to me all the time. Hey Google, off. Turn my oven off. Duck will be nice and crispy. There's a lot of polenta, but there is 3 of us, in fact, that we're feeding tonight. As always, we do 1 dessert, but 2 appetizers, 2 main courses. And you guys can do that as well. If you want, you can do a 3-course meal and a 2-course meal, and then order the wine pairings up on the side, and we'll hook you up. So I do want to get the duck out. Oh man, that is looking so amazing. Get the trivet. There we go. Okay, next up, the turnips and the shiitakes. Looking awesome in here. Try to spread them out. And I didn't even talk about the red wine. So the red wine is a Malbec, and it's from the home of Malbec, which is Cahors in the south of France, just south of Bordeaux. So it's the southwest, and it's such a beautiful area. Traveled through it when I was very young, like 19, before I was really into wine. And it's delicious. Full-bodied, it tends to be a little more tannic, a little more structure to it, but also really great acidity, very rich, ripe fruit. I love this wine. Anytime Connor pairs this up, I am a big fan. There's our duck confit, so there should be lots of fat still in the pan afterwards. Save that, because you can use it to saute vegetables. I like finishing potatoes with it. It's just, duck fat is great. So yeah, make sure you just pour that off and keep it in the fridge for something you want to make a little more rich and decadent. Okay, let's get rid of this so that I don't burn myself. And then we've got our Demi Glaze. Ah, yes, I forgot. Cracked pepper and salt. Let me put a little bit on the polenta as well. Very nice. And then our Demi Glaze goes on top and around the plate. This is one good looking meal. Did I ever mention that duck confit is like my desert island food? If I was trapped on a desert island and could only have one thing, one protein for the rest of my life, duck confit would be it. I never get tired of it. The texture, the flavor, it's just beautiful. Oh, which one's prettier? I don't know. Let's go with this one. So our duck confit with the roasted Tokyo turnips, shiitake mushrooms, lovely polenta, and demi glaze. So thanks again for ordering this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of your special celebration at home. Big shout out to all the moms out there for Mother's Day week. I hope we get to cook and curate for you again really soon.